Hello everybody, it's Jordan the Computer Scientist here, and today we're going to talk about how to code consistently. So recently I got a comment from someone who was asking me how they can stick to it because they're having trouble doing that and being disciplined with it, but that's just exactly what I want to talk about. Now there's a difference between motivation. Now motivation is actually the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. Now let's say you look at someone and they're just coding and they look like they're all cool and stuff, and they're the reason that you want to start. Or like maybe you see someone else that's very successful and I don't know, maybe they're like rich from programming and you're like, wow, that's how I want to be. This is the reason I'm going to start, because I want to be successful. That's a good reason, don't get me wrong, but that's not a reason that's going to get you to stick to it. Now this is why you will need discipline. Now, discipline is actually to train oneself to do something in a controlled and habitual way. Now, discipline is what is going to actually keep us going longer. So instead of coding off of motivation, we're coding off of habit. Habits are things that we just do all the time. I don't really know how to explain a habit, but basically, if you always snap when you're bored or something, like that's a habit, I guess. I don't know. It's like a weird habit, but it's a habit nevertheless. Now, let's say instead of snapping, you wanted to quit snapping all the time, but instead of that, you had to replace it with something else. So you replaced it with twirling a pen instead because, I don't know, your fingers were hurting or something. Now, if you continuously twirl a pen instead of snapping your fingers, over time, you're going to just twirl the pen instead of snapping your fingers out of habit. Now, let's look at programming and discipline. Now, if every day you wake up and you do your work or go to work, or maybe you watch TV, I don't know, whatever you do, but at some point at like a certain time every single day, you code. Now, if you start this, of course you're going to have a day where you're like, I don't feel like doing this today. I'll just do it tomorrow. Do it that day anyway, because you're trying to build a habit. It'll get to a point where you're constantly coding, and then one day you won't feel like coding, but you have to, because you've been doing it all the time. It's kind of going to feel weird if you don't. And that's kind of how I was. That's how I forgot to take a break. But that's because I was overdoing it a little bit. If you code when you don't feel like it every day, or maybe a certain amount of days out of the week, then it'll become a habit and you'll continue to do it out of habit instead of motivation. So let's not use motivation to continue to code over long periods of time, because it won't work. It's the same thing with working out and going to the gym. If you're fit, or if you're not, but you want to be fit, you'll start to see that if you get a gym membership, you'll go because you're motivated for like the first week, maybe first 2 weeks. And then after that, you'll be like, I don't feel like going today. I'll go tomorrow. And then tomorrow you don't go. And then it's just an effect that just keeps happening. I think it's the domino effect that I was trying to say. That just keeps happening. And then next thing you know, you're like, wow, I haven't went to the gym in a while. And then you go back and it's just a feedback loop from hell. But if one day you don't feel like going to the gym, but you're like, I'm going to go anyway because I got to get these 4 days out of the week, out of the way so I can continue to grow. Once you get to the gym, you're not going to be like, still don't feel like it. I'm just going to do one curl or whatever. I don't know. And then just go home. You're there. You're already in it. You're just going to finish the entire workout because you're already in it. And then next thing you know, afterwards, you're going to look and you're like, made a little bit of progress. Look at me. I'm looking a little good right now. You're just going to keep going. It's kind of the same way with coding. If you code anyway, then you'll realize that today you learned functions, and yesterday you didn't know functions, and today you didn't feel like coding. So if you didn't code today, then you still wouldn't know functions, and you'll still be in the same spot that you were the day before. And that will suck. I want everybody to succeed. I want me to succeed, and I want to succeed to show you guys that you can also succeed. Because remember, I still kind of don't believe in myself, but I'm still going at it to prove myself and other people wrong. So the message from this video was to prioritize discipline. Make whatever you're trying to do a habit instead of trying to work off of motivation. You will go a lot farther. Thank you for watching my video, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Join my Discord. The link is going to be in the description, and follow me on all of my social medias. My name on Twitter and Instagram is Jordan the CS, and I'll see all of you in my next video. Thanks for watching.
You golden, I'm calling back, hoping you don't keep rolling. I rose out of sadness, but back 'cause I like feeling so low. I'ma